The turkey was still steaming when my dad said it. Paying bills doesn't make you family. The room froze. Forks halfway up, eyes flicking between us like a tennis match. Mom gave me that look, the one that says, "Don't make this worse." But I didn't have to. My father was doing fine on his own. My brother Daniel smirked from across the table, that smug golden boy smile he'd been wearing since high school. The prodigal son with the failed startups. The one they still called our little dreamer. I was the one who'd kept the lights on, the mortgage paid, the medical insurance active. Quietly, consistently, for 6 years. I stared at my dad, then let him pay the $9,600 duet this month. I said, calm, almost amused. Mom's whisper came quick and soft, like she was afraid of the truth slipping out. "You're just jealous of your brother." I smiled, small, controlled. "Then let's test that theory." That night, I shut everything down. It started years ago, when Dad's company folded and Daniel's business burned through every loan and favor we had left. I had just landed a solid tech job, steady pay, benefits. I stepped in, not out of obligation, but love. Every bill that came I paid. I told myself it was temporary, that one day they'd see me as more than the one who held things together. But love blinds you to balance sheets. Then I started noticing things, little changes. The electric bill came addressed to Daniel and family. My name wasn't on it. Mom's Facebook post. So proud of my boys. Daniel's helping us through tough times. Helping? He hadn't contributed a dime. Then the whispers. When I'd come home late from work, I'd catch them at the table, voices dipping. "She's cold," Mom would say, always Sodistant, and Dad's sigh would follow, heavy with disappointment. "She's too much like her mother's side." Funny thing is, I am like her side, disciplined, calculating, and patient. The real betrayal came last spring. I'd wired the quarterly property tax payment as always, but the county site still listed it unpaid. I checked the bank records. The money had gone through to an account under my brother's name, $4,800. That was the moment I stopped being the daughter who kept this family alive. It became something else. I waited, watched, took notes. My father's phone plan in my name, the house insurance, my auto pay, the water, internet, mortgage, all tied to my account and their access dependent on me. I didn't yell. I didn't confront. I just let them believe the lie that Daniel was handling things now. Every bill that came, I redirected slowly, cleanly. By the time Thanksgiving came around, I'd already transferred ownership of my payments into my own holding account, one that would stop on command. So, when Dad said those words, "Paying bills doesn't make you family," he didn't know he just signed the ending. After dinner, I waited until they were asleep. Then I logged in and flipped the switch. Auto payments off. Utility access revoked. Mortgage debit canceled. Insurance inactive. Every account tied to the house frozen. It took 15 minutes. Morning came like a siren, literally. The power was out. Water too. Internet dead. Daniel's car repossessed, the one I'd co-signed for. And then the knock at the door. Police. Apparently, the property tax delinquency had triggered a Leon warning. Combined with unpaid bills, the county had flagged it for foreclosure review. Dad's voice cracked as he tried to make sense of it all. "There must be some mistake," he said. Mom was crying, clutching Daniel's arm. Daniel just stood there, pale, staring at me like he finally realized who he'd underestimated. I didn't say much, just handed them the files I'd printed. Every receipt, every transfer, every payment I'd made under my name. Proof that their comfort was my credit. "Guess I'm not family anymore," I said quietly. So, I took my name off the family bills. Silence. Dad sat down. Couldn't look at me. Mom opened her mouth, but nothing came out. Daniel took a step forward, eyes red, jaw trembling. "You did this to us," he whispered. I tilted my head. "No, you did this to yourselves." I just stopped fixing it. By the end of the week, the house was in chaos. They scrambled to reconnect utilities, call banks, beg for extensions. They learned what 9600 really meant when no one stepped in to cover it. Dad's pride cracked first, then Mom's silence followed. Daniel disappeared for 3 days. I moved out that weekend, signed a lease for my own place. Small, quiet, paid in full. For the first time, the air around me didn't hum with the weight of keeping others afloat. It was just still. Sometimes I replay that Thanksgiving moment in my head. Dad's voice sharp with anger, Mom's whisper full of misplaced loyalty, and my own smile calm and knowing. Because the truth is, revenge isn't about destroying others. It's about reclaiming yourself from those who built comfort.